Everything's technology. This is technology, isn't it? That's technology. Obviously, your shirt is technology.
There's a line that happens somewhere. Count the fingers. 6.
He's getting dangerously close to making a point.
I definitely am a curmudgeon, though. I don't like new tech. I think there was a line that happened somewhere where we used to use technology. Now technology just uses us, and it's very annoying. You know, I also kind of feel like a weird old hermit now because, you know, I go around. Like, I remember how it felt to have my brain destroyed by my phone. I'm old enough to remember my pre-phone brain and just how smart I was back then. You know, I walk around like a weird old hermit now, like warning young people, like, oh, don't spend too much time on your phone there. I remember back in 2004, I used to have one thought for minutes and minutes and minutes. Oh, boy.
So he's used the word curmudgeon there. Yeah. It's quite an interesting word, isn't it?
It is an interesting word.
For that reason, I would take it out. You'll get people in the audience who are thinking, I don't know what that word means. And then they'll start to Google the word curmudgeon and they'll find the definition, obviously. But now they've missed the rest of what he was saying. So that's the danger with using complicated words. And I would shy away from that, definitely. Do you agree?
I do agree.
Did you have any thoughts on that first bit there?
The Canadian accent was very good. Not perfect.
No.
I think you can tell it's not his own accent, as it were, but I thought he gave it a very, very good shot.
Yeah.
So well done him. I say him on that. Can we kind of zoom in a little bit on his left arm there with the microphone?
I think that's his right arm. But yes, I think that's probably as zoomed in as it will go.
It's his left arm, Charlie, isn't it? Look, it's perfectly obvious on the screen there.
It's his right arm. It might be further to the left of the screen.
Well,
it's his right arm.
Is it though, Charlie? Let's look at this little bit again. Now you watch that left arm with the microphone as this little video.
New tech. I think there was a line that happened somewhere where we used to use technology. Now technology just uses us, and it's very annoying. You know, I also like...
Right. So, have you noticed it?
No, I don't think so.
There's no movement in that left arm at all, is there?
It's very still. He's holding it very fixed, yeah.
He's holding it very fixed. Clearly, this is a composite. We could call it Photoshop, we could call it AI, we can call it whatever we want. But there's no Myles Anderson, and we'll come to that in a minute. This left arm, count the fingers, 6. And this finger here, clearly at a bizarre angle. That's not real, is it?
It is strange, actually, now that you point that out, yeah.
And the arm never moves. You look right through.
I also kind of feel like a weird old hermit now because, you know, I go around, like, I remember how it felt to have my...
That's incredible. So you think it's a prosthetic of some sort?
I think the whole thing is, as I say, we can call it Photoshop, we can call it video editing, we can call it A1, we can call it whatever we want, but it's not real. So I think what's so clever about this is that this little thing, this little conceit, is about the risks of modern technology, of the mobile phones and all of that.
I see.
But he's taken us for fools because I say he, in big inverted commas, they have produced this, whatever we can call them, have produced this thing that is showing us the real dangers of future technologies.
So you think
this is A1 comedy?
Right. You think this is some sort of social experiment to see if they can fool the public into thinking that this is a stand-up comedy performance?
Exactly.
But you think it's so much more than that?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you are right in that the arm doesn't really move and that finger does look a bit strange. I can't stop looking at it now. I think you might be onto something. I tell you what, that's a very good point, but should we assume for the rest of it that it might be a stand-up comedy performance and explore that angle?
Yeah. Take it as it's presented to us.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's keep going.
There was a line that happened somewhere where we used to use technology, now technology just uses us, and it's very annoying.
We used to use technology, and now technology uses us. Yeah? I think what he's doing here is he's getting dangerously close to making a point. And you mustn't do that. You're forcing your audience to think. And they're not there to think, are they? They're there to laugh. So...
Laughter's in many ways the opposite of thought, isn't it?
It is, yeah. What I often say to my audiences is I say, some of the things that I say will make you laugh, some of the things that I say will make you think, but never both at the same time. And there's truth in that, isn't there?
There is truth in that.
If you're laughing, you're not thinking, and if you're thinking, you're not laughing. So he's got to be careful here. What I would do is I would say something much more general. I would just say, technology is everywhere. Because that's not a stance, is it? It's just a statement, and nobody can argue with that, can they?
No.
You know, everything's technology. This is technology, isn't it? That's technology. Obviously, your shirt is technology.
Is it?
Yes, in a way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, there is a hypocrisy, isn't there? Because he's saying he doesn't like technology. He's anti-technology. But look at his watch. His watch is obviously very high-tech. He's wearing technology on his wrist.
And he's probably on the internet.
He is on the internet.
Now, isn't he?
This is what we're using. We're using the internet right now.
Right.
So he's benefiting from the very system that he's rallying against.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Hypocrisy, is that a word?
Hypocrisy, exactly. And they've probably edited it out, but there would be a heckler in the audience who's willing to make that point and say, look at your watch. Look at your watch, Myles. It's incongruous with the stance that he's taking.
A Judas moment in a way to
well put,
to recall Bob Dylan's moment. Yes,
perfect.
There was a line that happened somewhere where
Isn't that
we used
lovely?
to use technology, now
That's
technology
lovely.
just uses us, and it's very annoying.
He's taken the famous Bob Dylan line. There's a line that happens somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a line that happens somewhere.
That's good.
And an exquisite line. And I'm using the word he, obviously, for want of a better word, and it's a good word, he, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It sounds nice. It rolls off the tongue nicely. You don't use your tongue to make that noise, do you, so much? He. Well,
Bob wouldn't. He'd just go, he.
He'd go, hey!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And yeah, I thought you were a Dylan fan as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a line that happens somewhere.
Yes. I love that song.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. There's a line that happens somewhere. Yeah?
That's I'm right back at Woodstock.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's that?
Just north of Oxford.
Yes. Maybe he's wearing the watch because of the watchtower.
All along. Now I think you're onto something.
All along the watchtower.
You know, I also kind of feel like a weird old hermit now because, you know, I go around, I remember how it felt to have my brain destroyed by my phone. I'm old enough to remember my pre-phone brain and just how smart I was back then. You know,
So he's said how smart he was there. He's bragging a little bit, which isn't a bad thing in itself, but he's already used the word curmudgeon. And he's got a side parting, so he's laying it on a bit thick now, I think, and it's going to start to grate on the audience.
warning young people like, oh, don't spend too much time on your phone there. I remember back in 2004, I used to have one thought for minutes and minutes and minutes. Oh, boy.
One thing that I've noticed with Myles here is quite curious, really. He's buttoned up his polo shirt all the way to the top collar, and that obviously.
What do you mean the top collar?
Well, the top button on the collar.
All right. Well, I think you should have said that because there's only one collar, isn't there? There's not. If there was a bottom collar or even a middle collar, then the point you're making would have been
okay. Well, it was just
well made.
I misspoke slightly. He's done all his buttons.
You can't afford to do that in comedy.
He's done his buttons all the way up to the top to the collar. Is that better?
Yeah. It's only a small point. So.
Okay. All right. So he's done that, and what that suggests to me is that it's cold in the room. Yeah? That's what does it suggest that to you as well? Would you agree with that?
It does now, yeah.
But the issue that I've got here is that he's wearing short sleeves.
Yeah.
So if it's cold in the room, why is he wearing short sleeves? And I think the audience are going to be thinking about this. As he's doing his act, as he's doing his routines, they're going to be thinking, surely it's one or the other. You know, if you're wearing short sleeves, your buttons would be undone.
Yeah.
And if it's cold, you'd probably wear long sleeves.
Entirely agreed. And he's trying to present himself, as you were alluding to earlier, as a smart guy. But does a smart guy wear short sleeves in a cold room?
No. All right, any closing thoughts?
Well, is this a wake-up call to us, Charlie? The risks of AI and comedy. Do you feel threatened that that Photoshop, to give it its proper title, is going to is threatening us, is hovering at the very door of comedy to take our livelihoods away from us?
Well, if you're correct, and this is AI, it's very sophisticated. So yeah, maybe I am concerned. Obviously, it can only do it in a Canadian accent at the moment, which is fortunate for us because it's probably not going to take over here.
Yeah.
But if it starts in Canada and then it moves around the globe, then yeah, that is a worry. Well, that was Myles Anderson. And if you've got a comedian that you would like us to watch, then do comment down below. But for now, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Like a Rolling Stone. Yeah?
Okay.
You like that one?
Yeah, I preferred it the way he did it. I'll be absolutely blunt there.
It was mostly